This is Planet Pulse for Tuesday, December 20th. The moon entered Scorpio early this morning. I'm Jeff Jower.
And I'm Rick Levine. I think that today represents a shift into a more rigid and fixed sense, because not only does the moon move into fixed sign Scorpio, which is emotional rigidity, if you will, Venus, the planet of desire, moves into Aquarius, which is more of an intellectual fixation, if you will.
Yes, but I think, Rick, even though they are fixed signs, which are about values where people can lock down, I think the contrast between the sort of nihilistic moon in Scorpio that says things must die and move on, and the more idealistic Venus in Aquarius is going to create a kind of dynamic tension. And Venus today forms a square, a 90-degree angle with bigger-than-life Jupiter, which expands appetites or expands opinions. It's a willful day. We do have a little buffer here, but otherwise we're dealing with some contrasts and core values.
Yeah, and I think that contrast really is interesting, because although there is that sense of wanting to hold on to one's position, you're right, Jeff, Venus's square with Jupiter certainly can widen our horizons and lure us into doing something that we might not otherwise do if we think that there's pleasure involved. Additionally, we also have the fun of the sun.
We have the fun of the sun.
We have the sun forming a sextile with Neptune, which I think adds another layer of imagination and fantasy around this otherwise too rigid day.
Oh, right. And I think it's really helpful. I think that is the buffer, the harmonious hookup between the sun of will and Neptune of compassion and flexibility suggests the possibility of having some philosophical differences of opinion, and yet fundamentally finding the potential of goodwill that perhaps can avoid unnecessary, unfruitful conflict. I'm Jeff Jower.
And for Planet Pulse, I'm Rick Levine.